was working with a client today on our one-on-one coaching, and she literally said to me, "Where have you been my whole life? Like, I've been struggling with all of these different things." And I very quickly, easily just, put it all out there for her on how she can really move her business forward, and then gave her the tools to use to move it forward. So that being said, I realized I need to share this with you because I have all of these things already built out. We haven't chatted already. My corporate background is in IT consulting for pharmaceutical companies, and now I use that power for good. I use it to help entrepreneurs to grow their business and really focus on relationship-based lead generation. Like, that's really my expertise, and all the automations and systems behind the scenes to make it super, super easy. So there's a couple different channels we can do it on. And I put them all together for you so you can choose whichever ones you want, whatever fits for your business. But the one I'm going to talk about today is on Facebook. So obviously you're on Facebook, and you can really focus on that authentic relationship building lead generation in a way that feels natural and it's easy to keep track of, and you don't get overwhelmed, and you don't have to hunt through all these different conversations and DMs. It can be really, really easy. So I'm going to walk you through what I showed her today. I'm going to share my screen and just show you exactly how easy it can be. And you can get more information about this at redhotleadmachine.com. I actually have a free trial. You can go and try this for free, see if it works for you. It's really easy, and I make it super, super affordable. So everything is there for you. So I'm going to just share my screen and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I have, as part of my Red Hot Lead Machine, L Messenger Pro, which is a really powerful messaging platform. It's kind of like group chat, but it does other things in addition to that. And it's super, super powerful. So I'm just going to walk you through, show you exactly how to use it. And I'm running this on a couple different machines. So you just see like a piece of my messages here. But what we can do is this right here is the back end, the back office of the platform. Okay. It's based on tags, which you can create, organize however it makes sense for your business. It can be on a cold, warm, hot basis, right? So that based off of people's interest, you can kind of see where they are in different parts of the conversation. It could be specific product lines, right? So I have the Red Hot Lead Machine. I also have a podcast. So I have Seven Figure Builder Show podcast. And so I have podcast guests that I'm talking to, and I have clients and prospects, right, that are looking for the Red Hot Lead Machine. So you can break it out that way, whatever makes sense for your business. All right. And I'm going to show you just a use case of how I use it and what I found works really well. But obviously you have other things in there too. When you're thinking about your messenger, you've got friends, you've got family, you've got people you don't want to talk to, you've got business partners. So this is how I found works really well to break things out. Okay. And again, you can customize this for you. But the key is that for each of these tags, you can have message templates associated with each. Okay. So what that means is as you're going through your messenger and messaging people, I'm sure there's messages that you use over and over and over again. You can just quickly pick them, and it's pre-personalized, pre-populated, and you can just pick, like when you know it works, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So you can move a lot faster. So the way that that works is you just choose a particular tag. You come in here to message templates, and you can say I was demoing this today. We're going to create one together. But in the message templates, I can create a new message template, and I can say, hi, name, right? How are you today? Right? And then just click this magical checkbox of show in canned responses. And what that will do is it'll populate it in a little pop-up. I'll show you. But if you check that checkbox, that's important. And then add template. Okay. And you see that this just showed up here, and it's under my Red Hot Lead Machine tag, right? So if I flip over here to Messenger now, and I'm going to refresh. Okay, so this person I haven't spoken to yet, and you'll see that there's this little icon here at the bottom of the screen, and those are your pre-loaded templates. So we just created one on the other screen. You click here, and oh, I missed a space in here when I was creating it, and I can go back and fix it. But you'll see it's already personalized, and when I choose it, it doesn't send it. That's the cool part, is I can come in here, fix it, right? And I'll fix it on the other screen. But you can fix it, and then hit send, right? I can change this to be whatever I want, but it's already pre-personalized it for me. So as I'm going through the conversations and having a lot of conversations with people, I can very quickly reuse the message pieces of my script, right, that I personalize for people, but I can reuse them over and over, and I can move quicker. I don't have to remember what was it that really worked, what is it that brought up sales resistance, like that just brought people's guard up, right? You want to be constantly testing, refining, and figuring out what works with your ideal dream clients and what doesn't. Obviously, what doesn't, get rid of it, refine it. What does, it obviously you want to reuse it. Okay. So that's how the message templates work. Message segments give you variations, right? And actually, to fix what I had messed up before, I would just come in here, edit it, put a space in there, and hit save. That was just a typo on my part. To use the segments, you can create a new segment, right? And it would be multiple variations of the same message. So it's a way to keep Facebook from getting pissed off, frankly, where you can have, say, 3 or 4 different variations, and it will rotate through them and choose a different one every time and cycle through. So that as you're messaging multiple people, it will be swapping it up for you very quickly. So you can create a message segment here, which is really powerful. And then you can put that message segment, which is what I did. Actually, if we come back, you can see I was testing earlier today. I created 2 different message variations, right? Hey, name, this is whatever I said. This is variation 1 was what I was saying. And hey, name, this is variation 2, because I wanted to show the difference, right? So I named it as test, and that's what I called it. And then I came back here to templates, and I actually dropped that little segment piece into my template so that I can use it in the messenger. So this is over here in my Red Hot Lead Machine tag, right? So if I come back over here to Facebook Messenger and I choose my template, it pre-populated it with this is var 2, right? Variation 2. So that's where that came from, and it'll swap it up. If I pull it up on another person, I pull that tag up, it'll swap it up for me automatically, which is really cool. So you're starting to see the power of this. Like, this is really, really powerful of a platform, and this is actually just the beginning of the platform. One other thing I wanted to show you real quick was the engages. And if you have questions, just drop them in the comments and I'm happy to answer your questions. But I wanted to just give you an overview of, like, this is one little tiny piece of the power of the Red Hot Lead Machine. It's my clients are like, their eyes get huge and get so excited, and it just makes such a big difference. So anyway, engages is another really powerful piece of it. And again, I was playing with this, showing how it's to be used. And the way that this works is when I'm in Facebook, I can go into a particular group and I can go to your content, right, which is a little hack here, and go to published. And then I can see my posts in that group. So I can click view in group, and that's going to pull open my post in this group. Okay. But this also has other people's posts, right? It's just showing it in the feed, which is fine. But if I want just my post, nobody else's, here's another hack for you. Just click on the date stamp, whatever that is for your post, and it will open it in a new tab. It'll open it here, right? And give you a URL just for your post. See that? Everything else is gone. So I now have a URL just for my post, and I'm going to copy it, and I'll show you how I'm going to use it in a second. But if we come here to the back end of Messenger Pro, and I go into the Engages tab, okay, what this is going to do is I have one post that I made, and I had 34 comments on it, right? And I want to get back to these people. Well, there's a series of responses, right, that I have that I want to comment. I want to put a response, right, a love, a like, or whatever, and I want to DM them. Okay, so there are 3 things that we want to do. This is going to do that for me. Okay, and it's going to do whatever I tell it to do. So I come back here into my engages, and I want to choose a tag that the people that I talk to in my back end, they're going to get that tag right over here. This is the tag they're going to get. So I'm going to choose the tag that I want. And this was a podcast conversation, right? So I want it to be a podcast tag. What this keywords field does is say I put a post up that said, comment guest if you want to be a guest on my podcast, right? Like I used a keyword. I can put guest here, and then it's only going to respond to the people that used the keyword, right? So I can limit it if I want, but I don't want to do that. So that's what that is. Time will tell it how often to pause. So if I say pause every 2 comments in an interval of 20 to 25 seconds, something like that, you want to start slow with this because honestly, it's really, really powerful and you don't want to piss off Facebook, right? So this has a lot of safety guards in place. You just want to make sure you use them. Okay. So start off slow. If that works, increase it, and see what works. You'll be safe in that manner. Okay. So I'm going to say pause every 2 comments, wait 20 to 25 seconds and hit next. Okay. And this is explaining over here what it actually is doing. URL and title. Now I'm editing one that I already created, but I'm going to delete this. And this is where I would paste my post URL into that spot right there. And then I'm going to give it a title, and you can name it whatever the heck you want. It's going to save it over here. So you want to give it a title that you'll recognize. And then another safeguard is you can put a request limit per day. So if I only want 5 comments per day, I can put that here. If I want 20, 30, 50, like as you ramp up your Facebook muscles, you can increase that number. But again, this will give you safeguards, so it's not going to blast everybody on the post. Okay. And the cool thing is that once we set this up, I can come back and hit start over and over again, and it'll rerun the job that I'm creating. That's basically what I'm creating here. Okay. So I have that set up. I hit next. And then I put a keyword in here. This is a reply. Okay. So when I'm thinking about my post, this is the reply here. Okay. And it'll personalize it, whatever I want it to do. So I could do awesome name. Just sent you a message with details. I can also grab, remember we talked about segments where it'll rotate through a couple variations. This is a great spot to use that. So I could actually grab a segment here that I created if I want, and then it'll give a couple different variations that it'll comment number 1, number 2, number 3, right? Whatever I have set up, I can have as many variations as I want so that I'm not posting the same thing over and over again. Again, another thing for authenticity. And so you're not just looking like a bot, and to protect your account on Facebook. So I'm going to hit next. And then it's going to send a direct message. And based off of the tag that I had chosen, now I had chosen the podcast tag, it will give me a choice here. So whatever I set up, and I know I'm going into a lot on this post, but I wanted to explain this to you. So I'll get in more depth with this after you grab it and start using it yourself. But I just wanted to show you the power of what this thing can do. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't feel like you have to absorb it all. I actually have a course that'll walk you through step by step, and I'm available to walk you through personally. So don't get overwhelmed. Anyway, I'm going to choose a variation. This is what it's actually going to send as a direct message to people. Okay. So again, it's going to comment a reply. It's going to send them a direct message, and it's going to love their post, right? Whatever they had commented on my post, it's going to love it. I hit save changes, and then it saves it here. And then I can come back and I can run it anytime I want. I can also click here and hit save changes. And that'll allow me to view the post. And you see it just opened in a new tab. This is the post that I specifically am calling out that I want to run this job. So I can come in and check it anytime I want. Okay. So again, just a little glimpse of the power of the Red Hat Lead Machine. This is just one little piece of it, and it will give you a constant flow of leads from Facebook. It allows you to get super, super targeted so you can get exactly to your dream leads, and you're not getting people that you don't want to talk to, but the people that you're really dialed in. And again, I can help you with that, really to dial into your dream people. But you can really ramp up your Facebook social selling and connections at like it's on steroids. It's really, really powerful. So if you want to try it out for free, go to redhatleadmachine.com. I'm happy to let you sign up, try it, use it as much as you want, and really see the impact that it can have on your business because it's super, super powerful. So that was it. Just really wanted to share that with you. Drop comments or a DM. I'm happy to get back to you and explain this further, and let me know if you have questions.